I was talking to someone about something that is very, very important, something that is divine. Something that is divine, actually. I was talking to one of my partners in business and a friend of mine who happened to face something recently, more like an insult or an abuse. So he was discussing this with me, and I had to tell him something. I had to tell him the act of forgiveness. You know, when I asked him some certain questions, how do you feel about this? He said that he actually doesn't feel good about it, but he wants to try to move on from it. And I said, why can't you move on? Why can't you move on? If you want to move on, you have to move on. So why can't you move on? And he told me that whenever he sees the same person that offended him, he feels like eating him up. Feels like killing him. Feels like clapping back, And I had to tell him this. The divine story that I told you that I'll tell you. The divine thing, which is forgiveness. Forgiveness. The act of forgiveness. For me, forgiveness is the freedom of the forgiver. Are you surprised? Yeah, it truly is. Here, some people say, when I say this, some people tell me, well, I think the person that offended me has to apologize before I forgive them. No. Yeah, at one point they have to apologize. But what if they don't apologize? Are you going to carry that grudge in you for the rest of your life? No. You have to move on from it. And how do you move on? You move on by forgiving. You move on by forgiving. When you forgive people for the things that they did to you, it's for your own good. Whether the person knows about it or not. But let it be that your mind is free. That whenever you see that person, you don't remember the hurt. Yes, you feel things. You're supposed to feel things. We are human beings. Because you're a forgiver, people should not tamper with your mindset. We should not tamper with it. We should not take it for your weakness. No, it is not a weakness. It is a strength, because it helps you grow. It helps you go. It gives you the mindset to let go. Imagine when you have a grudge in you, that the grudge cannot allow you to sleep at night. That grudge in you is limiting you to your growth. Is limiting your growth. Your growth level, if it's supposed to be this, the grudges is keeping it at this. Why? Because you have not let go what is holding you back. Imagine when you are at your point of joy, at the point you are in your seventh heaven and you see this person. Your joy is cut short. Your happiness is cut short because you have not forgiven that person. But imagine when you forgive that person. I didn't say you should not be careful. I didn't say you have to forget entirely. Yes, you have to forget the event, but don't forget the acts. But don't forget the lessons the acts have taught you, so you don't end up repeating it again. Some of you might be confused. What am I really saying? Are you saying we should forgive and not forget? Or are you saying we should forgive and forget? Or are you saying we should forgive and forget but not forget the lessons? Yes, the third one is what I said. Forgive, forget. But never forget the lessons it have taught you, because if you forget that, you are going to repeat it again. Now, a lot of people will say, how easy do you find it to forgive and forget, but not forget the lessons? Don't you think the lessons are going to bring back what has happened? It depends on what you see as lessons. It depends on what you see as lessons. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. Something recently happened to me, and that thing hurt me. You can imagine when you're being lied at your face, when you know the whole truth about what transpired, and I had to keep enduring it and keeping it from the person who is lying to me in my face, until a day I had to open up and tell the person, see man, you hurt me. And after everything, you still kept on doing what you're doing. Why? What did I do wrong that you can't man up and tell me this is what I did to my face? I had to confront the person because I want to let it go. I want to dissolve that pain, that hurt in me. So after confronting this person, he wanted to still defend his lies, but when he found out that I know the whole truth, from how it started to that very moment I was confronting him, he had to apologize. But already I've aired it out and I've let go. Learn the act of forgiveness. Now today, I feel free. I don't feel the pain. I know how I was feeling when I haven't confronted this friend of mine, but I know how I'm feeling now. That is to say, that is to tell you that forgiveness is key to growth. Because if you have grudges inside of you, you cannot grow. You find it very, very difficult to grow. So my brother, my sister, learn the act of forgiveness.